Hey everybody, this is Stacy from my Stitchin' Stacy channel on YouTube. Today I wanted to show you a pattern that I made on my own for actually any size. The ones that I have done are for infants, you know, up to about 2, maybe 3 years old. And I have labeled these as netted cap covers. This is a small, like a coral green one. This is a, let's do this one next. This is a size bigger in like a dull orange color. And then this is a bigger one, probably for more or less a 2-year-old. And this is in a burgundy color. So the purpose of these, and of course if you like you can put these over a baby's head just as they are during the summertime, but the point of these, like just say that your baby may wear small little baseball caps or just a little white bonnet or like a little white sun hat, you can get these and they're all made in solid colors, unless you work it with a self-changing color yarn. But other than that, you want to work these in a solid color. And what you do is you put the cap on the baby and you slide this over the top, okay? And what that does is it gives that hat or the bonnet or the cap a whole different look. It goes from, you know, just a plain cap or bonnet or sun hat to being very decorative. So that was my point of making these, because I know there's lots of times I've had friends to say, you know, well, I couldn't find the color of cap that I wanted, so I just got white. And then they'll put a flower on it, things like that. But with this idea, I thought this was a really neat idea as far as decorating the hat. And as you can tell, it's worked in a lot of there's some single crochet and there's double crochet. You're going to be increasing in rounds, and no, they don't have a definite shape, you know, because they're made really, they're flimsy, so you know they're going to get a little stretched here and a little stretched there. And then at the bottom I just did several stitches in one to make the rim. So again, there's 3 different sizes here, and we're gonna try to do this video, so bear with me. This is a new pattern, so it's called the netted cap cover. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use, I haven't made a white one. I'd like to make one of the whites, and I did get a very nice feeling white yarn. I did use this in my granny square scarf video, so I will be using it for this cap. Okay, so of course I'm gonna have to follow my directions very thoroughly, so just bear with me. And I'm going to use my which one is this, 5.5 millimeter with this yarn. And this it works better in the regular basic yarn or just a little thinner yarn, because they're supposed to be a little lacy or thin. But this one is not quite as thick, but it is a thicker yarn. But I wanted to see how this came out. So okay, so what we're going to do first off is we're going to chain 3, and then you're going to join. Alright, make sure you find your center point there. Alright, now you want to chain 2, and you're going to do a total of 9 double crochet in the center. As soon as I can wiggle my fingers, and there we go. So let's do 9 double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, now what you want to do, you want to slip stitch into that first that you chained your 2. You're going to go to the top of that 2 and go in there and slip stitch that through. And then you're going to chain 2. Okay. Oh my goodness, my nose is itching me today. Alright, now the next row you're going to be working increases. So you're going to do 2 double crochet into every stitch around. So back in that same stitch you were just in, you want to add 1 more double crochet to that. Okay. If I can get my yarn to cooperate. And let me zoom down a little bit so I can show you. Okay, so I did my 2 right there. Now you got to be careful. Right here is going to be your next stitch, not over here. A lot of us miss this stitch because it's so close to the one we just did, but it is there. So make sure that you get it in that stitch. Okay, so you want to put 2 in there. And you want to go all the way around. And this was another pattern that I just came up with one day while I was fiddling around and kind of got bored with making just the same old hat. So I said, let me try something. So I just kind of took off with it, and I thought it was a cute idea. You know, and maybe they'll become popular during the summertime. But you never know unless you try. So my husband's like, you know, anything's possible. And he's my worst and my best critic. He will definitely let me know if something's not right with my work, or sort of like my boss in the situation. He likes to help contribute to it. He gives me all different kinds of ideas. So he thought this was cute. Okay, I'm in my last one. Okay, so now what you want to do, you want to slip into that first one again. So it's going to be the top of that chain 2, pull through and through. Okay, now you're going to chain 2 again. I'm going to back up a tad bit here. Okay, now you're going to double crochet in the next stitch. So you've got, let me see, we're going to do 2 double crochet in the next. So that's going to be our increase, because this is counted as our first, and then in this next stitch you're going to do 2 double crochet. Okay, then you're going to do 1 in the next, sorry about that, and then 2 in the next, and you'll do that combination all the way around. And as I said, this is your increasing round, which means if you're putting more than 1 stitch into another stitch, that means you're increasing, which means you're making your project bigger around. Okay, let's put another one in there. And another 2 right here. Then 1. And then 2. And 1. And then 2. Of course, like I say, you'll go all the way around with it. And I'm just going to hang in with you on this row, and then I'll show you how we do the next row, and then I'm going to stop the video and pick up when I've gotten all the way around. Bad day for allergies, I think. And like I say, when you make these, you want to make sure make them in a one solid ball. You don't want to do any color changing, because these are so delicate as far as so many holes in them. I don't like to change color because it's really obvious in projects like that. Okay, I'm on my last two. Now I'm going to put 2 in that one. Okay, and then you're going to join at the top with a slip stitch. Alright, now our next round, you're going to do another increase row. So this time let's chain 2. Okay, now in that next stitch, which is right here, okay, you're going to put 1. Alright, so in this round before this we had 1 and then 2. This time we're going to go 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, you're going to do that all the way around, and I'll meet you back up here at the end of the round.